There is something huge happening to XRP and the XRP ledger right now. Yeah, guys, this news is going to be huge. And even though I don't think it's going to have too much of an effect on the XRP price right now, you have to understand that the fundamentals of crypto projects are what's most important in bear markets. So again, guys, welcome back to another crypto video. I'm Dusty BC right here from the Dubai home, and things were crazy over the last couple of days. So many crypto events. But I digress. Let us talk about XRP right now because there is some juicy news. You guys already know, whenever we want to cover something, I take myself to a little bottom corner. XRP ledger updated its UNL. What does it mean? You might look at this and think, why is this guy so excited about an XRP update that's connected to some fancy words? Well, you gotta understand that, let's actually go back to big mode right here. You gotta understand that one of the biggest problems with XRP, at least that people say about it, is that it is centralized, mostly because Ripple controls a big part of it. Again, if I had to pick two negatives that people always put up, I can put up three, I guess. It is that Ripple owns a ton of it, / Ripple XRP being centralized. They very often mix up the two, and it being a banker coin. Now, ever since 2018 came around, this banker coin argument was not as much a valid argument anymore. Being a banker crypto is more a good thing than a bad thing right now. It just depends on perspective, but Bitcoin is more and more so being interconnected with banks, and people see it as a good thing. So that argument is thrown out the window. The last thing that remains is XRP, Ledger, or whatever being centralized. Actually, a lot of big crypto pros, even Da Vinci, for example, thinks it is this way. Ooh, it can also drop one light. Ooh, it's a little bit dark. It's interesting though. Or drop this light. I think it looks better with two lights on though. Let me know down below. I've got the new setup just now, so I'm still looking to find out what's better. And again, guys, make sure you press that like button if you appreciate the daily crypto updates. And of course, if you're an XRP holder, because what is happening right now, right, regarding this whole centralization thing, is they've heard from the community, and right now, this UNL is the unique node list. They updated it in a good sense because Ripple is being taken out of the equation more and more. Ripple set out on a mission, I think in 2017, to make sure they control less and less and less of the XRP ledger. Right now, only officially, 2 Ripple validators are now processing XRP transfers. So, the XRP Ledger Foundation has just shared their updated UNL, their unique node list, which is basically the list of nodes that they recommend, so to speak. Now, Ripple's influence has been reduced, and according to the official announcement shared by the XRP Ledger Foundation, an Estonia-registered nonprofit that supports the XRP Ledger ecosystem, the new UNL has been released with major updates. We have updated our UNL. The changes are the addition of some validators and the removal of one Ripple validator. This might to you look like a very small deal. Oh, there's just one that's been removed. But you gotta understand, if there were 3 to begin with then, that's a reduction of a significant amount. They've literally removed 1/3. That's crazy. There was also a public key change of 1 Ripple validator, and operators and list providers are urged to read the full update right there, which you can surely do. Now, first, it was decided to add a new validating entity to the list of default validators, these guys. This project proved itself an active and reliable member of the XRP Ledger ecosystem. The operators of this project have contributed to the overall infrastructure of the XRP Ledger, including running a full history server, and the validator has also maintained an excellent uptime prior to inclusion. Then the XRP Ledger Foundation decided to remove 2 Ripple-controlled validators from the list while 1 new validator by Ripple was added, So they took out 2 and then re-added 1, you guys understand? That means, however, that out of the 35 recommended, Ripple only owns 2, or less than 5.8% of its distributed computational power. Now, I have to add here and have to be honest, Ripple does have their 2 cents in more out of the 35 because they've invested in some of the parties that are in this 35 list. But officially, they now only control 2 out of 35, which surely is very decentralized in comparison to a lot of other projects they control. For, let's say, for example, without really going too much against one project, that there are 21 nodes, or let's say 22. And this is really happening with some projects that you know and love, where institutions control the majority of it. It happens with a lot of very popular crypto projects. Just for fun's sake, look up how the Binance Smart Chain works, but I digress. Very often, it is like a connection-based game because these players are going to be good for the network. They're most likely to be good, or at least there's not likely that more than 50% of the players are going to be bad. And for very heavy decisions, with a lot of these guys, it's like 75 or 80% of the votes, or sometimes unanimity with very heavy decisions. And you know that not everybody's going to turn bad because, well, you have a little bit of control in some of these areas. It happens very often, happens all the time even. So to then have, 6% in total control plus a little bit of a 2 cents and some more, it's pretty normal. And to be honest, I think that's a very good thing, because this means to a certain degree that it's very decentralized, but still pretty secure enough. Because you want to have some, in my opinion, you like to have some sort of control. But apparently, there's new steps towards decentralization of the XRP Ledger. Representatives of the XRP Ledger Foundation highlighted that this update is in line with the policy of reduction of multiple validators by any entity. As covered by you today, a couple weeks ago, actually a month ago, Wojciech, seasoned enthusiast of XRPL-based platform, this one, stated that it achieved a significant decentralization level already. He added that the DUNL proposed by the network enthusiasts can be adjusted. Every network account can collaborate with a variety of validators. But to make it a little bit concise and, not waste anybody's time, the XRP Ledger Foundation said exactly what we just quoted, And over on the page, it says pretty much the same thing, but with a little bit more technical details, which, yeah, good luck. The idea still stands, and we hopefully all understand that this is a very good thing, step towards the right direction, and it fulfills the prophecy of what they set out to do like 5 years ago to make it properly decentralized. And even though I would never go into an argument and say that they are centralized, because it's hard to win that argument, it's nice that they're taking steps more and more towards this direction. And I just honestly have to give them some props for going through whatever they set out to do a couple years ago and following up, helping out with these public announcements and whatnot as well. It's just a nice little thing for them to do. Proud of them, and I will still stick with holding my XRP because I still think it's going to be absolutely freaking huge. But that was it for today, guys. Hopefully you all enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you press the like button and subscribe, and I will definitely see you guys again in another crypto video later today.